You sure you don't want no help, eh, bro?
Yeah, I don't take the smoke. I mean, something munch on me or $5, $10, whatever it is.
Five.
Anything like that. But other than that, man, like I should be okay for it.
I can't give you $5 or $10. You're just gonna go get high.
No, it's not so bulky. But once you're high, no, don't taste it.
You got drugs on you.
Yeah.
What's your name, buddy?
Mike.
You got a name? Mark?
Michael said.
Michael. Where you grow up? Where you go to school?
I'm not trying to be talking to him about food.
All right, I won't ask you those private questions. God bless you, though. You know you can get help, right? All right, friends, I don't know how I'm going to do this, so I'm just going to do it. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I'm tired of watching what's going on in our country and on our province. And Trudeau, yo, he's just got to go. It's just stupid. The politics in this world. I tell you, my grandfather, he was a captain of Corvettes in the St. Lawrence Seaway. He dropping depth charges on German submarines coming down our St. Lawrence to attack us. He was one of the first commercial divers back for Canada. The other side of the family, you know, we got roots going back, you know, going back to Britain in World War I and fighting for freedom. And this is all just crazy. This world is absolutely insane. It's toxic. The left government has absolutely just been destroying things, and I'm sick and tired of it. I just gotta say it, you know. I'm a huge supporting person in relationship to the issues related to an addiction and people in addiction, active addiction, and mental health, and people that are on the streets homeless. I'm going to explode soon. I'm going to do it. Listen, these are just some facts I want to just share with you, okay? So in 2019, there was a total of 156 buildings, SRO buildings, accommodating approximately 7,000 people that are, you know, could you imagine like going to a house party and like when you're like 18 years old and being the only one not drunk, the only one not partying back in the 80s? You just don't have it. You just feel out of place. So could you imagine living in an SRO, a 5-level building that the government owns, and you're the only person sober? Shit's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. These people have been talking to me. I know every SRO, they got drug dealers on every freaking floor. It's the reality. It is the reality. I've got guys on record that live in these places saying things like the Hotel California, for instance. They've got a hallway where they've painted names of all the deceased people that have moved in there from, that was like the first government bought building after the COVID happened. And these guys are like from Oppenheimer Park. They were put in there, and a month later they came back to like, yahoo, guess what? You have a new house to live in. Like, this is what the fuck's going on. Like, shit's going real, and it's gone bad, and it's just gotta fucking stop. I'm sorry, but I'm pissed. You know, listen, I can't call myself a therapist because like I don't have a master's degree in clinical counseling, okay? But trust me, I ran group homes for 21 years. Prior to that, I ran the the Commodore Ballroom, right? So when it reopened in 1999, they hired me. There was 500 applicants. They hired me and 2 other guys to run the front door because, yeah, I knew all the, maybe the gangsters, and I knew the politicians. I knew everyone. So that was just what happened to me. I was on the streets from 94 to 96, racked out on coke, right, cracked out. I was on the streets. It was a mess. You know, there's a reason I got on the streets, but there's also a reason I got off of them, right? I got off of them because I had support when I was ready, and I needed it, and I went bed 24 at the Vancouver Detox East 2nd off of Main. If I was still addict today, like I was back in 94, I'd be dead. I'd be in jail. No, I'd be in jail because they don't keep you in jail. They put you in jail and then they release you. I know guys, again, like they've overdosed 100 times. They've been in jail 100 times. They just keep getting released and they keep dying. And these SROs are the problem. So as of 2023, the number of single room occupancy rooms right in Vancouver, in the core, they've declined to approximately 3,300. right? It's a 25%. It's about a 25% decrease from 2019 when there was 4,000, rooms. You know, the reasons is because people aren't getting sober. The reason is because the hotels be falling apart or burning with all the people in it. Pipes bursting. I mean, you can see it all over the internet. It's just absolutely insane what's going on. And the left government's letting it happen. They're letting it happen. I know guys that used to work for me that open up group homes. Now they got 20 homes, bro. They got like tons of stuff going on. They're just filling up houses, and why are we so concerned with people's feelings rather than the person themselves? Why? Why is that? Can someone fucking tell me why we care about someone's feelings more than we care about themselves? If someone's affecting people in such a negative way, like the video I'm going to show you, why can't we take them? Why can't we harness them? Why can't we hire people? Give me the job. I'll hire people. I got a fucking Rolodex of people that need work, that are sober. They want to go downtown. They want to talk to these people. They want to communicate with them. They want to try to get them to understand that they can go get sober. Put them on Suboxone for 6 months. Get them on a Sublocade shot. And then get them sober. And then, when Pierre gets in, let's ramp up some fucking work for these people and get people back to work. And let's make a beautiful storyline out of it. Let's paint that fucking picture. Except for we got Trudeau. I know what you do in Tofino if you're watching this, Trudeau. I know what you do in that house. I know that house. I know politicians. I know bad, what the world calls us bad people, the gangsters. I can remember working at the Commodore Bowman, the 81 guys come out, everyone's afraid of the 81 guys. I just talk to them, right? What's up, guys? What's going on? I respect them some places more than I respect my own government. Today, true facts, straight facts, straight. Ready? Are you ready? 2019, 6,400 deaths, right? 2023, 10,200. You know what I call? Bullshit. Bullshit. They call it deaths from overdose and poisoning. I call bullshit. I call 6,000 murders. I call 10,000 murders. Who be selling fentanyl? Okay, I know some people, and I've seen some things, and I may have been part of some weird shit going on in the last 15 years or 10 years. I may be flying down to different parts of the world. I may get, try to go across the border and see how you going to go across the border with me and see what happens. I've been hanging out with some different people. I see some different things. I know what's going on. So friends, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting amped up. So I don't know how it's going to work, but I hold a couple of very valuable certificates where I can earn like $400 an hour. I have had the wealth and knowledge and experience managing, mitigating, negotiating large contracts with the government. Large to me is like 6 digits, 300,000-400,000. My 20 years, I've probably made 25 mil. That's what I've come into, as a result. But I put all that money back into the kids. You see, I was a foster parent. I put so much money. Yeah, I've done some bad things, and yeah, people are going to say bad shit about me. And you can take what you want and leave the rest, or you can just go get on that parallel of being like one of those people. Oh, let's talk and gossip about those people. Well, if that's what you want to do, one finger pointing at that person, 3 pointing back at you. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just so angry. I'm so irritable. This week the guy that helped me raise my son, 77 years old, murdered, stabbed 52 fucking times. Yep, The guy that did it told the courts on Tuesday, just a few days ago, that he thinks my friend was a vampire. Now, here's the kicker, because I was talking to the detectives afterwards, and the detective tells me, oh, they're going for murder too. I'm like, so what does that mean? Like, so, like, what the fuck does that mean? He's a bit nervous at telling me because, you know, I'm sure he's fucking done me up on the computer and checked out my record and see where I spent time inside because I got a fucking history and I got kicked out of the courts on Wednesday because I was ready to smash. Hulk smash. I'm pissed. So murder 2 is 10 years. So the guy's already been in for 3, waiting for trial. So what's that, time and a half or double time? So that's 6 years. Let's just say 6 years. Now he gets minimum 10. Let's just say for shits and giggles he gets 10. For shit's sakes he gets 10. Now he good behavior, he gets out an 8. So he's only got 2 years left. I don't think so. But this is what's happening. Guys are taking dumps in coffee shops. And then the coffee shop, the little poor lady calls the little poor man who's the coffee shop dude. He's working part-time, making some cash to buy some steaks on the weekend once in a while he's going to school or she's going to school at UBC. This is a British Columbian I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the immigrants that are coming in and taking all the jobs. I'm talking about the people that are up working. People, my kids, my friends' kids. The 20 and 30 and 35-year-olds in Vancouver that are in BC right now that are watching this mess go on. I talked to a guy two doors down today. He's at an Airbnb. He's from Alberta. He's from a small town. He said he's watched a Rolodex of people. Like every 2 months, another dozen Indians come from India to work in a pizza shop. And they just roll over. They're just here for their PR. They just boom, boom. What's going on? This is our government. Pierre gets in. He says he's going to do some magic. That's all he talks about is axe the tax. Axe the tax. Axe the tax. It's all just this camp. Axe the tax. What about like build the jails? Oh, he says that too, but he says that after. He's just worried about the tax because he thinks everyone's about, oh, he's a politician, right? So he's thinking about everybody's pocketbook. It's not a beautiful picture. This is beautiful British Columbia in the background, by the way. This is my home. I couldn't believe all the shit, right? So this past summer, I rented a 30-foot motorhome and I took the boy that I adopted, the kid that they were going to try to move out of my house as a foster parent because they, you know, I'm a bad person, right? I housed 970 fucking kids in my house in 21 years. They were going to move the last one. Oh, and adults too, right? Because I also worked with CLBC and had private contracts with them. We drove all across BC. We are so blessed. But every town I went to was just drug-addicted craziness. Prince Rupert was every town was drug addicted. Every town, we'd go to the middle of the town and we'd press dispensaries near me on the iPhone, right? Dispensaries near me, and a minimum of 10 would pop up. Minimum. It's like Port Hardy. There's got like 5 dispensaries downtown. 5. They got 1 grocery store, 2 corner stores, and 5 dispensaries. Yeah, Justin Trudeau and your buddies at Tully. I know all about Tully. I know all about Nanaimo, bro. Come on. I know why you made the shit legal. Where was I when that happened, right? Yeah, I was at the Hempfest speaking. I was a speaker at the Hempfest. Straight facts. They had me talking because, you know, I know some superstars. They're trying to get me to get the guys to come out the closet and let everybody know they smoke pot. Choo. This world's gone fucking batshit crazy, upside down, sideways, and up my you-know-what. It's coming out like verbal diarrhea. I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm disappointed. Anyways, friends, folks, please subscribe, please like. I've been doing this for about 6 months, and I'm trying to get more traction, so I'm trying to get more people to watch my stuff. I know it's really disgusting. I know it's really sad. I know it's really scary. But these are the people. This next video, this next shot is this girl I met last week after I got out of court and listened to the detective tell me that this guy could possibly get 10 years. I sat there and talked to this young lady. She's 20 years old. 20 years old. She went to Seaquam 3 years ago. 2 years ago, she was hooked on dillies. Her dad died. Her mother started drinking way too much. She moved in with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, I think, put her out to work. That's what I think she said. And then he kicked her out. So she's on the street now. She's not looking good. She need help. No one's out there helping. You know, all these people say, all these people like on the like this guy. There's some guys out there that like have done, got sober. Like, I got sober in '96, right? I started doing oxys in 2007, just overprescribed for years, decade and more, almost 2 decades. I just got off the shit a couple months ago. Not without putting, something beside my head thinking about bye-bye. Not without talking to my doctor about having some maid service. Serious facts. You want to talk about realism? Call me. I'll have a talk with you. 2 years ago, I watched my friend jump off the Lionsgate Bridge in front of me. He was hanging onto the guardrail. He was hanging onto the I-beam underneath the fucking stairwell, like with the walkway across the Lionsgate Bridge. He climbed underneath, and I was like, bro, the cop said, Andrew, come and help. The cop, Andrew, can you come help? So I put my head underneath the fucking guardrail, and I looked at the cop. I'm like, why you call me to here? And the cop looks at me, he's like, this ain't gonna work out. And I fucking, what? The cop backs off, and I look down. Buddy looks at me, let's go, smiles. 385 feet. Bye-bye. That's what I saw. That's last summer. My guy that worked for me for a decade in my group home, another guy, overdosed, him and his wife. I'm lucky I had an overdose in the last couple of years because I took some pills that weren't, maybe from the pharmacy. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. That's a beautiful scenery. I'm so jacked, eh? Anyways, I bought an ice plunge. I spent some money. I bought this film equipment. I bought this, this Rode mic. I bought these videos. I got this Pocket 3. I got the wireless mics. I got the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Look at this. This thing, I bought the top of the line phone for my son when he was in grade 8, I think 8 or 9, for Christmas. It was the iPhone 11. Big one, right? It was like $1,100, $1,200. It was fucking ridiculous. I'm like, why am I buying myself and my kid? Actually, I got the 256 gig. I gave him the 128. But after a couple days, I realized I should just give him the 256. It's $1,100. This phone, I just bought like 2 weeks ago. Fucking thing's over $2,000. I didn't buy it though. God gave it to me. I've been praying, I've been meditating, and I've been asking for help and support. And I've been manifesting the shit out about the things that have been going on for me because I got a great life today. But it hasn't been because I've been sitting there thinking about how am I going to get a job? How am I going to get my life in order? Well, see what I did is I bought an ice tub. I started eating properly. I started doing the things I was doing with the children that were moving in into my house, and the social workers in the province didn't know what to do with them. And they were on house arrest, and they were moved into my house. And I put the stuff around them. I put the supports around them. I took them off their I didn't take them off their medication. They stopped taking their medication. They started eating well. And within 3 months, I had this kid, 11-year-old Johnny Ross. Yeah, I can say it now. See, because I don't work for those fuckers no more. I don't work for the Ministry for Children and Family Development. John Ross, 11 years old. 11-year-old car thief. Go Google him. In 2004, a kid couldn't be stopped. He was just jumping out of the back windows of the group homes at Connexus, which is now, it was a different name. Now it's Connexus. He'd jump out the back window. He'd jump into a car. The cops would pull him over. Thank God for FAS, the cop says, because the kid was telling me, I was driving down the highway number 1 and I was doing 200 kilometers an hour. He's a little short little native kid. He's awesome. He's like my son. He calls me dad. I swear to God, I see him once every couple weeks. The cop says, yeah, we got him because he was doing 200 down the highway. Or he was doing 20 kilometers an hour down the highway. He's telling me he's doing 200. Anyways, they had no place for him. You want to have a conversation, Mr. Radio, Mr. TV, Mr. News people? Well, this is what I did. I got a contract with the Ministry for Children and Family Development. I worked with the corrections officers of the Corrections Canada, Corrections BC. I worked with the ministry. I worked with the mayor's house. I worked with everyone. And you know what? I put bars on the window, I put alarms in the house, and I had correctional officers living in my house for 4 months. That's right. I wrote a contract. I proposed that, and I negotiated that contract all by myself. And you know what happened to that kid? Well, a year and a half after that, I had a child of my own. And that kid, he was the first person that carried my son, held my son. He was my best little man at my wedding. You can change if you want to. If you're drinking too much, you don't have to. If you're gambling too much, you don't have to. But it's gonna have to do some work. It's gonna be hard. Anyways, I'm done talking. Enough of my shit. My website's getting built right now. Everything's getting connected. Yes, I'm a mediator. Yes, I do interventions, and I've done a lot over the past 3 or 4 years with some big people. I worked with like movie stars and top musicians and the big dogs, and, you know, the big NFL and the big NFL and NHLers and the cricket guy from India. Anyways, enough of my shit. I am going to allow you to watch some of the stuff that I've done with these people. I'm going to show you first this I'm going to show you first this guy with his open source on Granville screaming. On Granville, just screaming. And then like 5 minutes after that, I ran into this 20-year-old girl that looks I wanted to like just cuddle her and like walk her to the hospital and tell the hospital if they don't take her in, I'm going to like go postal. Just kidding. I never do that. But bro, I'm pissed. Then I get on the bus and this guy, like it was bad. Like that was the day the detectives, the court and all that shit with my buddy. I get on the bus and this guy just looks at me and goes, "You okay?" I was looking good. I was sharp. He's like, "You okay?" He could sense something was wrong. I started talking to him about who I am. I showed him my business card that I made. I made a business card. You know, it says, see politicians, it says Drew Coover, British Columbian. That's what the fuck I am. What are you? Because if you're a British Columbian, then can you act like it, please, David? AB? Come on. Who was that mayor that got busted in Maui for drinking? And guess who had to take him to the AA meetings when he came back to Canada? I got stories. Anyways, I hope you laughed. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, subscribe, like, throw some comments in there. Tell me that you hate my stupid shirt. It is what it is. It is what it is. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. I bought it a long time ago. I'm not going to change for you. But I'll change for me, one day at a time. This is Drew Coover, and I'm out. Can you say hi to me?
Hey, hi.
I'm good. How old are you? 20?
Fine.
You're from North Delta, eh?
Yeah,
God bless you, girl.
thank you.
You can get help, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to get help?
I'm making progress on getting into treatment center with the help of the direction center.
New directions.
Yeah, the direction center up the street.
On Granville.
Yeah, it's just up
It's up that way. Oh, New Direction by the St. Paul's Hospital.
yeah, but
Yeah. So you can go in there and get some help, right?
yeah.
Do they, like, when you go into there, do they, like, try to talk you into getting help? Or do you go in there and then you can get, like, pipes and shit like that?
Honestly, there's one area where you can do that, and there's a completely other area where you can help.
All right. So you're from North Van or North Delta. What school did you go to?
I went to Seattle second.
You went to Seattle. I know people that went to Seattle. I know lots of people that went to Seattle. My son just graduated from high school in Vancouver. He's 20. Yeah, he turns 20 in September. And remember, I told you earlier in '96, I was homeless. I lived down here on the street. I was addicted to the pipe. I was on the streets for 19 months. Now my house, my life is, it's pretty good.
I don't know, ever since the expert thing, I just went down.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's hard when there's not enough. Is there not enough supports to keep people up? There's more. Is there more supports to keep people down?
There needs to be more support to keep people up.
Yes, there needs to be more supports. What's your name?
Sophie.
Josie. What's your last name?
Sophie
Sophie. What's your last name?
Anderson.
Sophie Anderson.
Sophia Margaret Anderson. That's
When?
my full name.
When's your birthday?
March 6, 2004.
All right. I wish I had my card for you, girl, because I'd like to help you somehow. I don't know how I can, but you got to want it, right? Like, you know the rules. You know the rules of addiction, right? You got to want it. If you don't want it, you're going to stay in this life, but it's hard to like stay in the propulsion of just addiction, right? Because the moments that you have of being a little bit sober, they're so hard that when you're sober that little bit, you just want to go get your next fix. Is that correct?
One thing I learned about my street friends is that there's no point in going to rehab or getting help if you don't actually want it, because you will fail every single time, and it just won't work.
Have you been to treatment before?
Have I been to treatment?
Treatment before?
No. I was actually about to go to treatment a few days ago, but I flunked out because I was just too scared, because I realized that the man I loved wasn't going to be at the end.
Yeah. You know what? You want some advice? I normally don't give it. I usually ask before I ask if you want it. If you want some advice,
Yeah.
go back to that directions place and just sit down and stay there and try to find some ladies that you like that are sober and ask them how they did it. Ask them what to do. Is that good advice?
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy your sandwich. I got to go home. I got Sophie, you're awesome.
You too.
It's insane. It's like, what do you do, right? Like, I can't, like, I tell you. What? Do you want it to?
Yeah.
Okay. Put it on YouTube. She's like asking me to, she wants to, like, it's so sad, right? Like, she's 20 years old. She's 20 years old. I don't know, people probably don't want to watch my shows because it's just deplorable, agonizing. But like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? People just try to create awareness, because this downtown has just changed. It's completely different. Like, there's the hotel I was telling you about earlier. It's closed down now. It's shut down. It's empty. But that used to be a Regal. I think it was called the Regal. But anyways, I was just in court all day. Be on the news tonight. My one of my best buddies that helped me raise my son was murdered. He was stabbed 52 times by one of these people that are doing drugs and broke into his, like, you know, it's just horrible. Anyways, it's just, they're everywhere, right? Like, it's just, no matter where you go, they're just everywhere. Hey, what are you guys doing? You good? Did I shock you? Did I shock you getting sober?
Yeah.
Did I shock you sober?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool if someone could just go zzz, and you were like sober?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You're just like, hey, and then you're sober?
Yeah.
I know, eh?
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
It's normal.
Yeah. What about Suboxone? Yeah.
We need the old methadone.
You want to get our methadone?
The old methadone.
The old methadone. Yeah, not the new stuff. The new stuff's crazy. God bless you guys. They're all over. Anyways, I think that's gonna be, that's my wrap. Time to, I got some work to do. I gotta go home. God bless. There's a building right there. It's a hotel. I know people that used to live in there. As a matter of fact, my brother used to live in there when he was on his homeless trip encampment downtown Vancouver when he was 16 or 17. There's a house right there. I can open that place up. I can clean it out, spend a couple $1 million, totally renovate it, just put sober people in. Slots. All right, friends, here we go again. Like, I'm just like, seriously, case facts. I'm on the bus going home just after I was talking to the young lady on how, the 20-year-old. And just for this gentleman said, he noticed I was a bit stressed out and he's like, you all good? I'm like, oh, I was just in court. My friend was murdered and it's been a long day. And then we just started talking about like the homelessness and the drug addiction issue, the pandemic. I call it the plandemic. And, lo and behold, like seriously, this is what I'm telling you. Every day I run into more people. There's a gentleman sitting right there in front of me. I'm standing up because I got a spinal cord problem. Dude's sitting right in front of me. And he's like, bro, I live in the Hojo. And I'm like, no shit. Like straight facts. So I got him off the bus. Here he is. What's your name, bro?
Chris Chappie.
Chris Chappie.
Yeah.
So you're from Fort St. James.
Fort St. James, yeah.
And bro, so you told me you heard they were giving away free hotel rooms.
Actually, my best friend told me about it, and I went there the first day, and I didn't get a room, and the second day, they said, get in the van, and we got a room for you. I said, you better not be fucking with me.
You're a big dude, like you were talking, right? So you went down to Oppenheimer Park, and they loaded you up, and they brought you over to the Hotel California, which was a Howard Johnson. But
I just slapped myself a couple of times just to make sure it was real.
It was real because you couldn't believe what was happening, right?
I was actually getting a place.
Oh, so
because I'd been
we're in an alley. We're doing
a alley like every 3 times a week for 6 years. And
you were sorry?
Nothing. I went to Carnegie Outreach 3 times a week for 6 years
to try to get a place to live because you were homeless down on Hastings in Maine. Yeah. So you were down there doing the fent?
Yeah.
You were doing the fent crawl? Were you all bent over and shit?
No, fuck.
You're never that bad.
No.
So let me ask you a question. So a lot of people like they get so bad that it's just that bad. What's difference with you? Like you know not to do that much, or you just
know to lay down to go to sleep. I don't sleep like this, nod it out.
Yeah.
Like
you do nod off sometimes though.
Well, I'll make sure I'm laying down. Like I'll go to bed or I'll lay on the floor. Or I've been in jail enough times.
You know, you're one of the guys that's going to make it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, I'm serious.
No, I know too.
Yeah, you're going to make it.
Yeah,
so you're a welder by trade?
Yeah.
So you're a welder by ticketed welder.
Yeah.
And you worked on how many mines? You said like 4 or 5 mines?
4 or 5 mines, probably 40 sawmills, some projects in Vancouver.
So why, bro, I'm just going to be a man. Why the fuck you in this spot? Like,
it's the only place I can get
out.
I lived in Calgary for 5 years.
Why can't you get sober? Why can't you get out? Is there no help? That's my
There's nobody will rent to me.
No, I know that nobody will rent to you. Well, that's a huge problem. They'll put 18 East Indians in that house down at Maine and Hastings that I did last year. I did that video last year, and there was like 3-bedroom suites on 3 levels, and there is 3 dudes in each room plus 3 in the living room, the whole place. And that's like how much money? So why would they rent to, I'm going to say it, a white guy?
Yeah, well, in Calgary, I had no problem getting a place to live. I had 4 different houses. I was there for 5 years.
Wow.
I was homeless there for 2 days. And we camped out at my cousin's landscape yard for 2 days, and we moved into our next place.
So how do you get sober, bro?
Well,
how do you do this?
I've been to treatment twice. I know the program. Basically, if I can get out of where I'm living into a basement suite or somewhere where there's not a drug dealer at every other door.
How many drug dealers are there in these shelters?
Well, on payday, there's every other person's a drug dealer, but towards the end of the month, there's
only about
7.
There's at least 1 every floor.
Oh, 2 every floor.
2 on every floor of every SRO. I know this because that's the evidence that I'm getting. It's all over the place.
There's people that will take your check and keep you going all month.
Oh, they'll write your check over to you.
No, you just cash your check, give them your check money, and they'll keep you going on the dope.
They'll just keep you going on the dope all month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm not on disability. I'm just on the...
You're not PWD or regular welfare?
Regular welfare.
Oh, so you're not on PWD?
I want to go back to work.
What's up, buddy? Hey, look at this, people. Look at this. This is my neighborhood, bro.
That's like my big plan is I want to go back to work.
You got a bike and like a yoga mat. I'm just kidding, bro. I can make that joke because I know you're not going to punch me in the face.
Well, you're a big dude. I think I made my match.
Straight facts, brother. Straight fucking facts.
We'll have a good tussle, but
you kick my ass, bro. Even if you're fentanyl,
I have respect for my elders. And
it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy. See, we need more people like this, even though he's loaded to shit. So. Has anyone at the Hojo asked you, come to your door and said, do you want to get sober?
No.
Have there been any workers trying to offer sobriety?
No.
Do they offer you meth pipes? The pipes and the needles and all that
We
stuff?
can get them, but
It's
they
just
don't
at the
offer
front
'em.
desk? They don't offer them, but they're at the front desk.
Yeah.
If you went to the front desk and asked for sobriety, would they know where to go?
Fuck no. They can't even speak English.
What do you mean?
Well, half of them look like, no offense, they look like they came from Zimbabwe.
There's a lot of African people at the Hojo. That's what I
You ask them for
noticed.
something, they look at you like a dog looks at you, and they're just tilt their head. And
And they don't know how to speak English very
A
well.
lot of them don't know.
Yeah, but they do mean well.
Well,
they're
there's
there.
a couple that don't. Like, it's assisted living, and the people that can't clean their room physically, they're supposed to help them clean their rooms and shit, right? And they don't do a fucking thing but sit there on their phone.
It's just a mess, eh?
Yeah, and I was reading a VPD file actually on how much money these SROs are getting every year. In 2021,
Yeah.
Tira got 56 million, 62 million.
Yeah.
And they showed where it all goes, and it doesn't go to those places.
No.
It goes to their pocket.
So I found I was down at Pacifica on Hastings, and they have a dog sponsorship program. So what they're doing now is, so if someone dies and they don't have, because these people have pets in their places, so now they're calling it foster dog program. So you can like call them, and I've called them, and I've all mic'd it up, people, and they're going to give me a free dog. They've tried to offer me free dogs. We don't know when it will happen, but there's times that we have animals that come up for fostering. I'm like, oh, fostering. I'm like, and then they said they'll take care of the vet bills. They'll take care of cleaning the dog, everything. Bro, I got them all on record.
I don't see that happening. They're pretty tight with the old wallet there.
Yeah, well, this is what they're. Yeah, I mean, sure, they'll foster the dog. And once the dog's in my house, then
they have programs where people can do garbage and clean and whatnot, but it's the same people that get the jobs, and it's like, so.
So listen, I want to express my gratitude to you. I'm very grateful that I was on the bus at the same time you were. I was grateful that, of course, I'm loudmouth. People call me the interrupter. I was talking to the dude, and then you just open up your mouth, and we've had this conversation.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to get off here. And again, I'm grateful, and I'm sober, and my head's clean, and I don't know how I did it, but I've done it. It's been like 23 days, no Suboxone, no Tylenols, no nothing. 19 and a half years. Anyways, look at got a new haircut. Anyways, we'll check you guys later. This is Granville Street. This is like my home. This is a wicked breakfast place here. They serve whiskey in the morning for breakfast. It's one of the offerings. People can go in there and drink milkshake whiskey. Like, you can get a milkshake on Sunday morning in your milkshake for breakfast. I kid you not, people. I kid you not. Trudeau's gotta go. This guy needs to go get some help. And I sat there for 10 minutes trying to get him to understand, to get some help. He told me that whenever he falls asleep on the street, people beat him up, take his stuff. He wakes up, his stuff is gone. And I've talked to guys before. They say they wake up in the middle of the night and they got no shoes and no socks, and they say there's spiders on their toenails. Spiders stuck to their toenails. And it's a god-awful mess. And welcome to Trudeau's country. We got to get rid of this guy.